So basically what we have here is we have 7,000 images that tracing a family and their ancillary. That's very funny. There's a picture I actually photographed myself. That one. I actually took that myself. There's my mom and dad and you.
Thank you, guys.
That's crazy.
I'll see you, Mark.
See ya. So, thinking about questions of facial recognition, there's 5 family members that seem to always reoccur: the father, the mother, and the 3 kids. Then there's all the ancillary individuals that appear, some of which are maybe only appear once. They're visiting somewhere in India or whatever, or they are happen to be in the photograph but aren't members of the family or close friends or anything like that. But the core group can be identified using facial recognition and isolate out of 7,000 images by running it through an algorithm to be able to isolate it, to be able to identify, okay, well, here's the pictures where we appear. Okay, and these 5 of us appear. Everything else, becomes secondary, right? But at least we're able to ID the people that we're interested in. So I want to see every picture of Robert or Lorna or Lloyd or one of Mom or what have you. Where does she appear in all these pictures? So this becomes an interesting idea, not only applying facial recognition, but also looking at some inverse age advancing software that might be used in forensics, for instance, in a missing person situation, where the person hasn't been seen in 10 years, and there are algorithms that will allow for us to estimate what those people might look like 10 years later. So perhaps this can be run backward as well. So individual, like let's say you have an Uncle Max. And
Flip
that
through it
Uncle
a little
Max,
bit more.
And that Uncle Max is, we have pictures of him at
Uncle Joe.
There's Uncle Joe.
That's Uncle
So
Joe.
we have pictures of him there at maybe 25 years old or whatever, but we also have pictures of him perhaps at 70 years old. And certain facial characteristics have not changed, and I know that there are algorithms that correspond to age forwarding, but does such a thing work backwards? So if there are algorithms that will allow us to go backward, what did this person possibly look like when they were 20? Here's a picture of them when they're 70. So that might be able to be applied as well, so that you can expand the range of facial recognition within a data set of images that are, for the most part, a family. So it's not really crazy. We're not looking to ID people, hundreds of different people. We only want to ID either, certainly initially, the first 5, the core family, and then grandparents, and then go out from there. Mm-hmm. So it's a very, very interesting prospect, is how to bring some AI to bear upon such a massive data set.
7,000 pictures.
Approximately 7,500. I did start at one point to see what would happen if I could make baby versions for you so that you could post them online.
What happened?
I didn't do them all, but I started to. And I realized that was yet, another...
massive project.
Not massive. I think it will take 12 hours. It will take 12 hours to go through every image and make a baby version.
But look, we're both over budget on this. You put in more time and I spent more money.
Yeah.
So, I
get it.
Right now, I just wanted to preserve them.
Well, now at least you've got the core task done, which is no matter what happens to that paper, there is a digital version. And if you put this on the cloud, or if you copy it onto your own computer, I can tell you exactly how many gigabytes it is right now. It lives here, and it's in several folders.
Do you have it on my hard drive?
It's on the one I'm going to give you.
Oh, great. Right. It's all done? It's all there?
It's all there.
Wow.
Yeah. The question is not whether it's there. The question is, are they ready for prime time? Which I don't believe they are. But I know they're not, because they're massive files. Some of them are, what do you call it? Well, most of them are raw files. In some cases, I took a very, very high res JPEGs and TIFFs. But the reason I changed my saving convention was because some of them probably just didn't deserve to be captured in a raw file. I couldn't imagine you'd ever want to print that picture. But none of them are low res. Here's
let's flip through one more.
Here's an ID. Okay, and here's an ID of the drive, and you have 168 gigabytes is what you got.
Wow.
So wherever you're going to put it, that's what you're going to need if you want to duplicate it.
All right, so let's just flip through one more album, and then
yeah, absolutely. Let's take
and then I'll.
As I said, it does bring up an interesting question as to how to, what kind of artificial intelligence can be brought to bear on on having so many images. Like look, it's like simply like flipping them. That's
It's
something.
up. It's up to what. Let it clear up. Yeah, that's like my classic baby picture.
That's you.
That's me.
Incredible. So you actually were cute once.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So,
these are
one of these things.
these are pretty ancient. Yeah, and these I
And
believe,
that's Lorna. That's Lorna there. See if we can find one of my brother Lloyd.
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah, you don't have to flick that much. I'm sure he's going to come up.
Oh, okay.
What is it? Is that the screen just catching up?
Yeah, they're gigantic files, and they haven't been cached. Uh-huh.
Wow. Not even
Oh,
sure.
nice. There's some identifier. May
The brasses
1957.
go back east in
How cool is that?
57, yeah. That's the year before I was born.
Wow. Whoa. Okay. Well, then
My mom might even be pregnant with me there. If I see her sniffing glue, I'll know what happened to me.
styling. They're styling.
Oh, that's my Uncle Howard.
Look at those cars, man.
That's my Uncle Howard on the left.
Amazing. Oh, and even the pictures have a timestamp. That's cool. That's your dad.
That's not my dad.
Yeah. No. Oh. Really?
Where? There, that's my dad.
That's what I meant. Oh, look, you can all see the name of the street.
Looks a little bit like Richard Nixon in that picture.
Actually, you
The
can read the name of the
hairline?
street. I just need to get my.
Doesn't his hairline look like a Richard Nixon hairline?
It's Garden Avenue. It's the intersection of Garden Avenue and somewhere else. We could probably go there and Google Earth if I knew what city it was. That's hilarious. I actually did that recently from some antiquarian photograph.
Anyway, so how did you, all in all, how did you feel about this project? Did you feel it opened some avenues for you in your head?
Well, mainly in terms of, what are the questions and how can I be of service? So, what questions remain after this phase of the process? Well, the questions remain are, your ultimate goal. I know, which is not something we initially really agreed on, but our ultimate goal is to get it available to select members of the family or all members of the family, whatever. And also your other goal, which is already accomplished, is have something other than these pieces of paper, which are prone to, getting eaten by silverfish or whatever. So there's although they don't seem to find pictures that tasty. They like certain kinds of glue, apparently, and certain kinds of paper. I'm learning about paper from the Special Collections Division of the University of Miami. Had the curatorial staff come and who's thinking about, they've agreed to take my mother's archive and scan it and make it available to scholars and all that. So I got to talk to them quite a bit about, what is archival, what isn't, and it turns out paper is the most archival thing they can come up with. As an example, Alexander Solzhenitsyn donated some writings from the 70s, late 70s, to the University of Miami Library, this archive, and it was all written on software that doesn't exist anymore, on computers that don't exist anymore. So before they could even get to the data, they had to actually get the right computer and get the software to first start. Is that you too?
Yeah, that's me also.
Wow. And that's your sister?
That's my sister.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
We got to
Never
find
really
it
stopped
one
to
of
look
my
at them.
brother. Oh, there's my brother down there. Here, at the bottom. That's Lloyd. Lloyd and my sister.
Oh well. So yeah, it turns out paper is one of the most lasting things, and she told me also that there's my mom in the background. That paper's gone downhill ever since 1900. That after 1900, the quality of paper has gone down and down and down and down. That she can show me a book that's 200 years old in perfect shape, and show me a book that's 40 years old that's completely boxing, the paper's falling apart, binding, whatever. So it's really interesting. Paper seems to be the thing. I can't imagine you're going to throw every last one of these albums out.
All right. I don't know. I've thrown most of them out. What I've done is I've gone through them and taken out only the pictures that I've wanted.
Yeah.
And I've been pretty sparing.
Because it's quite a thing now. and just like you saw,
So I'm happy to donate them to somebody who would like to curate like
well, somebody has already asked me if they can make artwork out of it.
out of my albums. Oh yeah,
I just can't remember who that is.
I'd have to really think about it. Oh my gosh, this is
Look, there's me.
Yeah, this is our classic picture together.
Yeah, that's me.
That's it. This is where my first memories of life start.
Oh man, it reminds me that I actually was happy once.
I remember in Panama seeing a naked girl for the first time in a bathtub, and how I was really shocked that there was another creature,
Part of the species, yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
And it really had a big effect on me, and I think it still does.
That's cool.
What else do we have here? That's my cousin. She works for the FBI now.
Oh wow.
And that's my other cousin.
Oh, you can completely figure out pulling this out of thin air. There were a lot of duplicates. I guess when they ordered pictures, maybe your mom used to give away copies or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's my grandmother.
Yeah, I remember her. I
remember your grandmother. What's her name? Sadie?
Esther.
Esther?
Yeah, I came across a couple pictures.
I remember her. She always had the same hairdo, that like really tall hairdo. Your grandmother.
Right, that was a thing.
Yeah, like
beehive.
like a beehive.
Right.
She was always a very dignified lady. Your grandmother.
Yeah, no, she was pretty amazing. Pretty amazing human.
Look at my mom's sunglasses. Go up to that one. Look at those.
This is your mom here.
That's my mom, yeah.
Right.
But check out the glasses.
I know, they're totally cool.
She was so cool.
Yeah, no
Was she
doubt.
smoking a cigarette?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, right.
Come on. I can't believe my mother's smoking a cigarette.
Why not?
Because she had asthma. And...
Oh. Yeah, they're both smoking cigarettes. Pictures were taken at the same
Oh
time.
no, she's holding a glass.
No, there's the smoke right there. Boom.
Oh, you're right. Mom, you're busted.
Look at this: Panama, California, Florida, Baltimore. That covers a lot of territory. Potpourri is appropriate. 65, 6, and 7. All right, here we go. Oh, that means there should be Panama in here, right? For sure. Didn't even dawn on me. You know, it was such a kind of mindless process. Ooh, love the sideburns, Lloyd. And those two. No,
you know what? He had those when he was in high school.
Totally rocked that.
Could you imagine being a sideburn guy in high school?
Yeah, this was the...
That was my dream. I didn't have sideburns until I was in college. He's in 10th grade.
Oh, yeah, there's my mom and your mom. My mom visiting in Baltimore. So she must have come up from Panama. I remember that trip. Oh, geez, look at that station wagon, man. Lust for a station wagon. Look at that, a Woody. Classic. Wow. Quick check. Never happened. So, see if we can even figure out.
Oh, there's your mom again.
Yeah, there's my mom again. As a matter of fact, I came across some pictures of them just laughing their asses off, and it was really refreshing to see that they had such a great time together.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, really, just deep into some hilarious something.
You know, my mom let people go in her life, like
And
your
everybody
mother.
had a station wagon. Jesus.
But she always had a big affection for your mother.
She let people go? What
Yeah,
do you mean?
she
They
didn't
just kind of
pursue the relationships, but
Got it.
it wasn't because anything happened. They just check out my father's MG. Go back
I
there.
know. I
Look at
saw
this.
that. Too cool for school.
Too cool.
And he had the hat to go with it. I remember that.
Yeah.
He
You
had
remember
the
that?
hat to go with it.
Yeah, I remember
do
you visiting this house.
Yeah.
Look at those spoked wheels. Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
man, no, it's totally popping. There's Lauren and some kind of Hulu thing going on. 10 years old, 65. Wow. But now that's already moving to what they now call Pinecrest, right?
Yeah, that's Pinecrest,
Right,
yeah.
Right. This is actually one of the most interesting pictures in the entire collection. An ass, some feet, some shins, and a fish. And a hand. That's a great picture. That's actually one of the most compelling pictures in the whole collection. That's wild.
You were a crack up, Mark.
No, really. Look, from a compositional standpoint, and just the oddity of it, especially among all these pretty much classic family pictures, it's just there's something compositionally about it. It's just totally compelling.
Anyway, you have a closing statement on this story?
Yeah, that this exercise has led to a lot of interesting questions about how to handle massive image data sets, perhaps applying some artificial intelligence algorithms to initially just simply identify the core group of people, so that we know out of, like, say, 7,500 pictures, there's actually only 4,000 or 2,000.
I'm sure the FBI has that kind of software.
Well, these things are pretty broadly circulated. There's a lot percolating in this department.
Is there existing stuff out there that you can?
Actually, this is one of the reasons I brought it up, was because I'm now getting ready to apply. Hey, doggies. I'm getting ready to apply one of these AI algorithms to my own data set. In fact, I probably will apply several. There's 3 that I know of immediately. One is called Recognition, spelled with a K, by Amazon. Come on, doggies, let's go. Let's stop that. The other one is an Adobe product, and then there's some of them are free. I wrote about it on the blog recently in the last couple of weeks because it is a thing, and it starts.
Mark,
Yeah.
we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
So how do you want to end it?
It's a really good place to start. Have the stuff in digital form.
To be able to search for it by image.
What you intend to do with it from that point forward. I mean, you may decide you want to colorize black and white pictures taken in the 30s or 20s or whatever. The first step is getting the data set into a queryable and replicable form. And
Perfect.
We're there.
Got
This
it.
is a good phase.
All right. Say hi to my brother and my sister.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that's where this is
Yeah,
going.
I'm gonna send it to
Lloyd
them.
and Lorna, it was absolutely fascinating. It almost reminded me of a little bit of that, I think there was a Woody Allen joke about something had happened and his whole life went before his eyes, and it was like somebody else's life. It wasn't even his life. It was like, I've terribly paraphrased the joke, but yes, I have vicariously experienced your family in a way that I could never have even imagined.
Okay.
I appreciate the work.
See you. See you, Mark.
All right.
All right.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.